So those are the things that make this a great delivery bike. So what things has Hayes Omega done? What modifications has he done to make this an even better delivery bike? Well, I got the DoorDash stickers for one thing. There you go, it's legit. I put DoorDash stickers on my bike. And you know what? The DoorDash logo, it looks great on this bike because it's white and red, and the DoorDash logo is, you guessed it, white and red. It's kind of more like an off-white, like a cream color almost, but it looks good on there, man. It looks legit, man. People think I'm like a legit DoorDash delivery rider. So I'm gonna say, okay, so one of the things I did to make this a better delivery bike, I put a trunk on it. All right, so the reason I wanted a trunk is so I can carry a pump with me. All right, there you go. Let's just get this out of the way first. All right, I'll talk about the delivery backpack in a bit. All right, so yeah, I've got a trunk here. I got an Apache 3800 trunk. The reason why I don't get a bigger trunk is so I can wear this. All right, wear this with this. All right, because this sits on top of this almost. If you got it any taller, then you couldn't use this bag. Okay, and it's kind of essential that you have a delivery backpack, is what I'm gonna say. That's the main. This is the main cargo right here. Okay, cargo carrying apparatus. But it works great. This is just the right size, in my opinion. For most deliveries, what I'm gonna say, if you can fit it in here, it's not too tall where like it'll move all over the place. It's got foam in it, you know, so it won't slide or slip and slide or get, you know, stuff like that. Also, it is insulated. It's got a seal on it. All right, it's waterproof. All right, so like it'll make a good delivery box because it'll keep whatever's inside cooler or warmer. Okay, that type of thing. It's like a, you know, it's like a cooler type of thing. All right, so yeah, I like having this. This is great to have, man. I'm telling you, if whatever you're delivering fits in there, then it's great, you know. I've used this on numerous occasions. Okay, numerous. It's so nice having this. This is one thing my Lightbeat doesn't have, right? And the good thing is I can carry an electric pump and a tire plug. I have not got a flat tire on this bike yet. I guess I've been really lucky. No flat tires on it yet. Okay, but yeah, this is a great trunk to have. You can put extra stuff in here, stuff that doesn't spill is what I'm gonna say. All right, like something good to put in here would be like if you get like a Panda Express, if you get like a Panda Express and they have those big plates, you can put that in there. Boom, it fits in there perfectly, you know, and you just close it. You might be able to squeeze 2 in there, you know. I fit a lot of stuff in there. All right, or drinks that are closed, you know, like bottle drinks. Yeah, they go perfect in there. Okay. Pearl drinks, yeah, you could probably throw one in there too. Anything that doesn't spill, I think it's okay to put in there. All right. All right, so that's one of the modifications I did. Another big modification I did. All right, this is probably the number one. You got to have a phone mount, of course, because you're using the phone to make money. All right, so so when I turn this on, it powers my phone. My phone is on this is a slip grip mount. All right, this is a custom made mount for your phone. It's designed to hold your phone with a special case on it. All right, so I have a LG this is the LG V30, I think. Yeah, it's LG V30, and it has a OtterBox Defender case on it. All right, so that's what this slip grip is designed for, and it just goes on and off. There's other mounts on there, but so what allows me to use this is the RAM mount. Okay, there's a RAM mount that goes on the mirror. Okay, the mirror, and that's where the ball mount is. Okay, and then if I want to move this to another bike, like say the Lightbeat, I just, you know, unscrew it and I put it on another ball. All right, so and then I have a USB dealie. All right, USB outlet. This is a USB 3.0 USB outlet. All right, that I use to charge my phone. All right, and it will actually fast charge it. So one thing I don't like about this bike is it vibrates a lot. All right, and first, like, yeah, when you got it in idle, it vibrates a whole lot. And then if you've got what I use when I normally deliver or I do like Uber or whatever, I use a magnetic phone cable. Okay, it's got a little adapter that plugs into your USB-C port, and then you can just pull it off and it just comes off, you know, and it just snaps back on. Well, this bike freaking vibrates so much that you can't use that. It has an intermittent connection. It'll like go on and go off, go on and go off, or it'll come off too easily. So I don't use it. I use a regular USB-C plug, okay? So there's that little guy right there. I got that from Daiso. It's a USB-C cupcake. USB-C cupcake. Okay. You like it? I think it's cute. It's chocolate colored too. All right. Okay, yeah. So I just go to the DoorDash app like that. I actually made $66 on our last delivery. Not bad. All right, and then there's the DoorDash app. And unfortunately, we can't dash right now. It's not busy in our area. Okay, so that gives you access to the DoorDash app, and the important thing is Google Maps. Okay. That's where my last delivery was. So okay. Yeah, so that's one of the essential things you gotta have. You gotta have a phone mount and a USB outlet. Okay, so I shot a video on how I install this. Check it out if you're interested. It's wired to the headlight. Okay, so as long as the headlight is on, or the parking light in this case, this is getting power. So it's actually charging right now. See, it's actually charging right now. It's fast charging too, by the way. So yeah, awesome. Okay. Another good thing about this bike, well, one of the good things about this bike is, yeah, it has a gas gauge. It has 2 trip meters, A and B trip meter. Okay, what I use to track my mileage, see, my Lightbee doesn't even have this. It has an odometer, so that's what I use to track my mileage. Every time I ride this, I record how many miles I have at the end, and then I have an app that calculates how many miles I rode. Okay, it has a clock also, and yeah, and a fuel gauge. One thing I wish it had was a tachometer. I wish it could put a little tachometer on it, but oh well, whatever. And then you have a speedometer here. I'm not gonna lie, this is not the best speedometer in the world. You have to look down a whole lot to see it, and sometimes if the sun is kind of shining down on it, it's a little hard to see, is what I'm gonna say. Okay, but for the most part, it's not too bad. All right. Okay, another essential modification is a side stand. Okay, this bike doesn't come with a freaking side stand. This bike does not come with a side stand, and so I had to have one. Okay, and that just makes it so much better. You know, you can just get off and then kick the side stand down and then just think. I highly recommend, if you're going to be using this bike to do deliveries, get a side stand. It is, you know, I never use the center stand unless I'm parking it in the garage. Okay, or like I said, if I'm just chilling in a parking lot, I'll put it on the center stand so I can just sit on the bike. And it'll be more stable. Okay, another modification I did for DoorDash is this shock. Okay, I have these YSS shocks, shock upgrade, that I think it was around $100. I had imported from Thailand. So the stock suspension on this bike is not very good, right? At least the rear shocks are not very good. I've been riding with this for about a month now, and I have to say it's way better than the stock shock. The stock shock will bottom out a lot, dude, and it's very jarring when it does. Okay, I don't really bottom out with this at all, you know, and if I do, I hardly feel it. Okay, so what the good thing this has over the stock shock is you have the ability to adjust preload. Okay, you can set the bike for your weight, so if you're a heavier rider, you can add more preload to it. I've almost got it maxed out too, by the way. look at it, there's not that much threads left on it, but yeah, it handles way better than stock. I mean, it handles better than stock, and when it doesn't bottom out, okay, because the preload is properly set. The stock shocks don't have a preload, they have zero adjustment, no adjustment at all. Okay, so another nice thing about this bike is it has tubeless tires. Okay, see, they're not using spoke rims, so these are tubeless tires. If you do get a flat, you can use the pump I showed you earlier. Okay, so I would use this pump and this plug kit. All right, I got tire plugs in here, and I could plug the tire on the spot and inflate the tire. Okay, and so I gotta turn the bike off, but under the seat I have an EC3 connector. Okay, and I can connect this EC3 connector to my pump here and inflate my tire. Okay, pretty sweet, right? Yep. Okay, and there's another compartment here, but I don't really use it open either. Okay, that's where all my registration and all that stuff is. Yeah, you gotta have that stuff on the bike, so it's in there, right? So I've never gotten pulled over. Like I said, this bike is awesome for lane splitting. I didn't really do any modifications for that. If I was to do a modification to make it a better lane splitting bike, I would ditch these mirrors. I would get some kind of other mirrors. Okay, these ones kind of, they stick out a lot, and like you're kind of limited by, basically you have to go underneath the car mirrors for these, okay? If I didn't have these, it would make lane splitting better, you know, but yeah, you gotta have mirrors. So if I found some kind of other mirror, it would be better. Then like I mentioned, I have the throttle rocker, so I don't have to twist the throttle as much. I have this one finger brake. Hades Omega is a one finger, two finger breaker, okay, so this allows me to brake with one finger. The other lever is it's just too long, you know, you couldn't brake very good with one or two fingers, is what I want to say. Okay, the brakes are okay on this bike. It has ABS in the front. All right, it has a disc brake in the front and a drum brake in the back, so you could back it in if you wanted to, if you wanted to. But the brakes are adequate. Okay, the front brake is perfectly adequate into getting you to slow down, and it has ABS. And if you need additional braking power, you can downshift. And you can use the rear brake, okay? So the rear brake is actually, in my opinion, the rear brake works better than the front brake. It actually bites harder, but I use the front brake most of the time. And if I need extra braking power, I get on the rear brake, okay? And then yeah, I downshift all the time, okay? All right, so I think those are all the things that make this, those are all the modifications that Hades Omega did that would makes this even better delivery bike, okay? But the essential one is the phone thingy, okay? And then this is just in case I get a flat, the EC3 connector right here, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna give you an idea how Hades Omega does I'm gonna go over my gear that I use when I DoorDash. So what you see right now, this is the gear you'll see me riding around in, okay? This is my summer gear, okay? This is my summer gear. I've got this Olympia mesh jacket, all right, because it's freaking hot right now. It's like 80 something degrees out. I did these recently. These are Joe Rocket Supermoto gloves. These are great gloves, all right? Check them out. I did a video on them. I haven't posted it yet, but yeah, these are Joe Rocket Supermoto gloves, and they have touchscreen material on the fingers, and they're lightweight. Okay, and they're easy to wash because they're not all leather, okay? The bottoms are leather, okay? So plenty of protection for the Super Cub if you go down, you know. It also has like a little bit of a palm slider, okay? That's some of the features you see on like a racing glove, right? They got it on this, all right? It's like it's like kind of cross between a dirt bike glove and a street riding glove, all right? And I love it. It's a great glove. It's easy to slip on and slip off. They're easy to wash because half of it is like, you know, it's like kind of like a textile material. You're not going to go down and, you know, it does have a knuckle protector on it too, so there is some hard protection here. All right, and like I said, it has touchscreen material on your fingers, so that allows you to use your phone. All right, I'll show you my other gloves that I use. All right, haha, I was washing them, okay? These are these Olympia kind of gel palm gloves, okay? I've had these for a long time, and honestly, I don't really like these gloves. I had these gloves lying around, and that's what I decided to use for DoorDash, okay? I'll put one of them on. What I did with this glove, so this is one thing, if you got old gloves around that you want to use for doing deliveries, you can cut the finger off, all right, and then you got something that can operate the touchscreen. So that's what I did. That's how I modified this glove, so I could use a touchscreen. Now you could put some kind of touchscreen material on the fingertips if you want, but that stuff kind of wears off after a while. So I've been using this for about a month, and so far it still operates the screen really good. It's pretty, oh wow, this is already coming apart here. That's not good. There's this little rubber knuckle kind of protector. It's already coming off. It's like it's glued on there, guys. I've washed this like maybe twice already. So yeah, this is the second glove that I use. So I guess if these are getting kind of dirty, I'll switch to these. And these are pretty much like I said, the same as the other ones. It's like between a dirt biking glove and a street glove, all right? And yeah, this one does have a knuckle protector. It's almost the same as this, but it has the touchscreen. This one has the touchscreen material, and I thought these were getting kind of old, so that's why but I will use these too, okay? And they're lightweight. Maybe on cooler days it might be a little too cold, all right? Your hands will get really cold. All right, but yeah, I love these gloves. They work great, and they're inexpensive. I think they're only like 50 bucks, so I might buy a second pair, who knows? I use them to make money, right? So you got to take good care of your stuff, right? So yeah, those are the gloves that I use. This is the jacket I use when it's warm. All right, I have another jacket it has vents that you can open up, and I have a winter jacket also. So I have different jackets for different times of year. All right, here in California, you can pretty much ride all year round. All right, I don't ride in the rain, but yeah, you can ride pretty much all year round. We don't get no snow. It doesn't get really cold, and it doesn't get really hot. But today is kind of warm. Okay, so another thing is my helmet. All right, so this is the helmet that I'm using. All right, I'm gonna go kneel down here. I have a Bell Mag 9. This is what I use for doing deliveries. It's kind of a noisy helmet on the freeway because it's an open face design. All right, and I wear a head sock over my nose and mouth because it's pandemic right now. You can't go into any restaurants unless you wear some kind of face mask. So this works. Okay, I've been doing this for more than a year with this mask, and it's fine. And the funny thing is, the reason I bought this helmet was so people could see my face when I do deliveries, but now they can't. So, but whatever. So another thing is I've got a camera. The reason I have a camera is so I can get pictures, so I can get video while I'm riding, obviously for DoorDash, for my DoorDash shenanigans. And then just in case I get in some kind of accident or something, I have proof. You know, I have a camera to record the evidence and all that. All right. This helmet is pretty lightweight. It also does have a sun shield. All right, right here. All right. If I twist this down, this goes down. So there it is. That's in the down position, and then that's how you bring it up. Mine gets caught because I have a iLights HUD up here. Okay. I don't really use this thing. This is a $500 piece of junk that I attached to my helmet. It doesn't freaking work. All right, guys. I thought it would be nice to have a heads-up display so I wouldn't have to look down at my phone all the time, but this thing doesn't work, man. It doesn't even work with my phone. It's just kind of there, you know. It just adds it just adds weight to my freaking helmet. But yeah, the way this guy works is it works kind of like a Google Glass, I guess. You can put it over in front of your eye, and then you can see through it, and then you can see, you know, like a map or something. Okay, where the way it works is with Android Auto, but it doesn't work. I'm not really going to talk about it anymore. Okay. Also, I have a Bluetooth communicator on this side right here. Okay, and I have my phone set up in a way where you could use where if it's hooked up to this Bluetooth dealie, you don't have to put your password or fingerprint in to unlock the phone. So it knows, hey, yeah, I'm, you know, there's a device that it knows, so it's not gonna lock the phone anymore. I use this, so this is pretty handy to have. This is the microphone for it. I use this for music, I use it for navigation, and I use it to call customers. Okay, it's very handy device. It's a Sena 10S. All right, I also have a SMH10, and this helmet was actually designed for this Bluetooth device. All right. And like it integrates into it nicely. It's nice and sleek and doesn't, you know, it looks like it belongs there type of thing. That's why I bought this helmet. Okay, this is a Bell Mag 9 with the Sena 10S Bluetooth unit. All right, and yeah, so if I need to call a customer, like say they're not answering the phone and you need to call them, I can do that hands-free without, you know, I can talk with the microphone here. All right, and then I can listen to music if I'm riding, or I get directions from Miss Google Maps. Okay, so it's awesome. I like it. It has really good battery life. It's like more than 10 hours of battery life. Okay, when you're using it. If you're listening to a lot of music, it might be less. I just have to remember to plug it in every once in a while. Is what I want to say. Okay, this does have a face shield. Very nice. It's very nice when it's clean. It's kind of dirty right now. All right, it does have a peak, kind of like a dual sport helmet. All right, you can kind of get a side view there. All right, it doesn't, honestly, it doesn't work too well. If the sun is getting in your eye, you have to like tilt your head like a whole lot, and it kind of, you know, it's not like a dirt bike one where it's really long and you can just look down a little bit. So it kind of works. All right, and it looks cool. I like it. I like the look of this helmet. I think it looks sweet, man. Like I said, it's not the most quiet helmet in the world, but hey, you're only riding a bike that can only do 50-55 miles per hour max, you know. Most of the time, I really go on 55 max most of the time on this bike, so it's not a big deal. It doesn't get really noisy with this helmet because we're not going very fast. Okay, that's the reason why you see lots of scooter riders. They don't wear, you know, full face helmets because they don't have to. They're not going very fast, so they're not worried about the wind blasts and, you know, all that stuff. All right, and it does have a nice face shield on it. Okay, and I think that's it for the helmet. Yeah, the helmet works pretty good. This is the one that I use for DoorDash, all right? Plus it has good, it's open face, it has good ventilation, you know? And like I said, it's got the face shield just in case you get a lot of wind. Probably 90% of the time I will ride with the face mask down. I will not ride with just this down because this doesn't provide adequate protection for your eyeballs from the wind, all right? Because the wind, it'll dry out your eyeballs if you don't have anything over it, all right? But yeah, so this makes it so I don't have to carry sunglasses around, all right? That's what I like, and it works, and you only one hand, you know, to operate it. The reason why it gets stuck like that is because I have this iLights iRide HUD installed on my helmet. I wish I could take it off. I don't know. I'm hoping one day I can get it to work. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so yeah, that's the helmet that I use, all right? It's got a Bluetooth, a camera, it's got a freaking heads-up display on it. Yeah, it's freaking high-tech helmet, man. All right, it's open face design, so it's nice and lightweight, and you get a lot of ventilation to your face because you're gonna be wearing it for like 2-3 hours at a time. So yeah, you're gonna want to have to be comfortable in it, is what I'm gonna say, okay? Yeah, all right, so there you go, that's the helmet. All right, so what, I'm wearing the pants right now. These are the pants I wear when it's warm, all right, or hot out. These are Olympia mesh pants, all right. I got my wallet right here. You gotta have your driver's license with you whenever you're riding, right? So this is where it goes, all right. And then I have my smart key. It's on my belt right here. I've actually got a lock. I got a bunch of keys on this, but I don't really use it with this bike. I just basically carry the smart key right here on a belt loop, all right. Yep, and then I got a knife with me. I carry a pocket knife all the time. I've never really had to use it for self-defense or anything, but hey, it's better than carrying nothing, you know. Honestly, if Hayes Mega had a CCW, I would carry a handgun with me, all right? Because people are freaking crazy around here, man. Yeah, so that's one thing Hades will work on. Trying to get a concealed weapons permit, freaking. All right, and then yeah, so all the gear on me, this is, you know, all the gear all the time, right? So it's got like all the gear I'm wearing gives me full protection, all right? I got elbow pads, shoulder pads, I got a back protector, all right? I've got hip pads, all right? This I beefed up the hip pads in this because I've gotten in a couple crashes before where my hips hit the ground and it's not fun. You get hitting the ground with your hip, all right? It's all bone, right? And then I've got, this has knee pads on it also, okay? Knee pads, and then I'm wearing a, okay, foot camera time. All right, these are the boots that I wear. These are Fox Comp 5 boots, all right? Nothing fancy, all right? They're just really comfortable to wear. I like them. These are the Comp 5 shorties. They're really short. They're like a shorter version of the dirt bike boots, all right? They're basically like a ATV boot is what they are, okay? And also these are overpants, all right? There's a little thing right here. There's a zipper here. You can open up literally like all the way. I'm wearing shorts underneath right now. See? And they flow really good, okay? They're mesh pants. So generally, if it's really cold, if it's like the winter time, I have another pants for that. So all right, but yeah, it's not really cold right now. These are the pants I wear most of the time right here, okay? All right, I'm gonna do a little turn around for you guys. All right, those are the pants that I wear. Okay, another piece of gear. I already talked about my phone and all that stuff. I'm not gonna go over it. All right, but yeah, generally I don't plug it in unless I'm going to be riding a whole lot, so I just leave it on the mount, all right? And this mount allows me to take the phone on and off really easily, okay? I have a holster here too, all right? I got a holster here and I can put it right here on this belt right here that's on my jacket, because this is an adventure riding jacket. It's kind of long, that's what I'm say, all right? But yeah, I have a holster. I can take the phone off if I need to holster my phone, just like that, all right? I just make sure it's on there tight because it might fall off if it's not, all right? And then if let's say I want to put it back on the bike, take it off, slip it on the slip grip, boom, all right? And then you plug it in. I wish this had one of those wireless phone chargers, but mine has I have a magnetic mount on the back, mounting plate on the back that keeps it from doing that, so that kind of sucks. But that could be like one upgrade, is like, yeah, get one of those magnetic or get one of those wireless chargers for your phone mount, okay? Okay, so another very important part of the bike, or another important part of dashing, all right, or doing deliveries on the bike is a delivery backpack. Okay, this is the delivery backpack I use. I did a video about it. I might do a review video in the near future. All right, I've had it for like more than a year now, and I really like it. It hasn't broken yet. the Velcro isn't as strong as it used to be. As you can see, it doesn't really grab anymore. But typically when Hayes Omega, when I pick up the food, you know, all I got to do is open this flap, put the food in, close the flap, make sure it's kind of secure in there. All right. But yeah, this backpack is great. This is the main carrier I use when delivering. All right. And it has a shelf inside. All right. It can carry a ton of stuff. I put a lot of stuff. You can put like a 12-pack of drinks in here if you wanted. Okay. It's got a shelf, so if you need to divide the food up, you know, let's say you put the drinks on the bottom, the food on the top, or the food on the bottom, the drinks on the top, or you want to divide, you know, this is for delivery A, this is Dave's delivery, this is Mary's delivery on the top, so you can remember, you know. You can take that out. Also, another good thing I use this for is if there's a whole lot of space in here, you don't have anything that's really big, you can angle this like this, all right, and then it'll lean the food into here, so that way if you got something tall in there, it won't flop over. If it flops over, it might spill, right? So I've had some pretty bad spills before, so it sucks, man. And then yeah, so you just zip this up right here. This does have Velcro on the side, all right? You could use these to secure it. I don't really use them, okay, but you could use them. Okay, like I said, it's easier just doing the one flap, but the Velcro has worn out, or the hook and loop fasteners have worn out. But yeah, these ones are still good. See, they're still good. But generally, I keep these like this. I close the lid, and then I close that, okay? That way it's easy. I just take it off, and then I open it and put the food in, okay? And then this actually has drink holders on it too. So if I'm carrying like 1 or 2 drinks, this is good. Like the bigger the drink, the better actually, because if it's too small, the lid will pop off and then the drink freaking spills all over the place. And then you got freaking drink all over your bike, okay? If you see drink spill all over my bike, that's what it is, okay? So you can carry like 1 or 2 drinks, all right? Or whatever, all right? And they're, you know, the drinks that spill, right? Just make sure it's got a lid on it, all right? And then if I have to carry more than 2 drinks, or if I have a drink holder, that's generally what I use, okay? I'll put the drink holder in here, all right, and it'll hold it. Just don't do any crazy shenanigans on the bike, and you'll be fine. You won't spill it, all right? But if you got more than if you have 2 or more drinks, I would say ask for a cup holder all the time, all right? They'll give you a cup holder. It makes it better, all right? So I'll kind of show you how it works. I also have a carabiner here, all right? So this is, I mainly use this for my light bee. When I have to take the key out, I put the key right here. So when I know I don't have to fish around in my pockets to get the keys, I just unhook it from here and I put it in the ignition. But I don't have that problem with the Super Cub, all right? The Super Cub is keyless, so I don't really use this with the Super Cub. All right, but yeah, it's got some pretty beefy straps. You can tighten them or loosen them. One of the nice things about this backpack is that with that trunk on there, I can use that trunk as a table, okay? So if I sit on the bike, all right, if I sit on the bike, I can loosen the straps enough where the backpack will sit on the trunk. So it kind of, if you're carrying something heavy, you can just let it sit there, and then you know, these will just keep it from falling over, you know, but it's really just sitting on that, all right? And then if you wanna, and you could just kind of get up again if you're gonna hit a bump or something, because like if this starts moving around, this is gonna come up like that, okay? So, but yeah, so that's the setup right there, man. So yeah, I've carried some really heavy stuff in this bag before. I'm not breaking the table, but I'll put it on this thing here. Dude, it seems like it's gonna break out of this. Broken the straps yet, and like I said, I could use this trunk to hold up the bag just like this, the way it is right now. I kind of have to lean back a little bit, but I could loosen it some more. All right, and then it's like totally on there, okay? But generally, I kind of like it tight. I don't like it having it loose, okay? Cool. Okay, that shows you how easy it is to get on and off of the I like that Super Cub design. But that's what I'll do, you know. We'll get on the bike, get off the bike. I usually get off the other way. And then we'll go into the restaurant, pick up the food, open the flap, put the food inside. Make sure, you know, make sure it's organized. Make sure you do your Tetris right, okay? Put the lid on, and I put the backpack. Now, if I've got a drink inside, I'm super careful putting the backpack on, okay? I will do my best to keep the backpack upright the whole time, all right? I'll kind of do this number, and I'll be really careful putting it on, all right? Because any kind of sudden movement, you know, well, the drink will spill, and then you'll have a bad day, and then your customer will have a bad day. So say, okay? One thing you could do that I've seen that helps, put the bag on a table first, all right? So some things I used to use this trunk for is to use it as a table, okay? So all you got to do is open the strap like this, put your arm through it, and then put it on. And then you're not fumbling around trying to get it level. It's already level, you know. And then you stabilize it with the one strap, and you put your arm around the other one. Pretty easy, right? Nice. That's how Hades Omega does it. All right. I'm gonna deliver my own food to my house. That's everything? Oh wow. Awesome. Alright, thank you. Man, they fit everything in that one bag. It's amazing. That's all I can say. I don't know, there's this before, yeah, there's one in the center. That's pretty freaking awesome. I'm gonna fit that all in there. Let me get a picture of that. And then if I need to carry extra stuff, it goes in the trunk, alright? Generally, if it's not something that spills, it's okay to put it in the trunk, okay? If it is something that spills, don't put it in the trunk. But you're kind of limited on the stuff that you can put in here, alright? And then the final form, if I need to carry even more stuff, I carry it in my hand, alright? So since I can ride the Super Cub with one arm, I can carry something in the other hand, all right, or I can cradle it like this, okay. Generally, let's say this box here is a pizza, all right. So I'll get on the bike like this, very easily, right? Boom, turn the bike on, fire it up, put it in gear, and ride away, right? Very simple. And you ride like this, all right? The only thing is you can't use a turn signal. That's kind of a hazard thing, all right? So I try, as much as possible, I try not to do it, all right? If let's get off this way. If I'm only going like 1 or 2 miles, that's fine. I'll do a pizza delivery, all right? I don't have a bag big enough to do pizza deliveries, all right? And plus, you never know what freaking size pizza you get, so generally, I decline those pizza deliveries. All right, let the people with cars do it. Okay, yeah. Okay? So there you go. That is the Hades Omega DoorDash Super Cub video. All right. So we went over. These are the things we went over. Hades Omega completed the $2,800 Super Cub challenge. All right, I did it in about 4 months, and I made $2,800. Is how much I paid for this guy. Okay, so I paid it off already. And I'm gonna keep on milking that cash cow, is what I want to say. It's super thrifty, all right. I rode about 1,700 miles ish, all right. However much gas that was to make that, I don't think it was a lot of gas money because this thing gets 100 miles per gallon, all right. So yeah, that's just on the Super Cub challenge complete, all right. Look forward to Hades Omega Suron Light B solar powered Suron Light B DoorDash challenge, all right. It's getting harder to do it on the bike though. It's just not busy anymore, is what I'm going to say. I could have probably done it faster if DoorDash was more busy, and the pandemic is dying down, so all the DoorDash is starting to die down as well. So okay, and I went over why I chose the Super Cub, all right, why it would make a good delivery bike, and then I went over the modifications that I did to it to make it a better delivery bike, all right. And then I went over all my gear. Okay, I went over how I do the thing, man. And so that's how I do it. I do it at GET. I wear the gear all the time, type of thing. All right, so you can bet when Hades Omega has to go out there and make money, man, you have to be, you know, you got to be committed. All right, you got to be committed. I got to put on all my gear, you know, and then hop on the bike. And yeah, so generally I'll do it for 2 to 3 hours, type of thing. Okay, and then I'll take a break, go home, then come back out later in the evening. All right. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. You know, you can do it too if you got a Super Cub. These have only been around for, the C125 has only been around for like 3 years now, okay? So they're probably still kind of hard to find. Like I said, I think you can get one at the dealer for about $5,000-ish out the door type of thing. But I got this one for $2,800. If you could find a used one, you know, you won't have to pay the price for all that stuff. All the fees and all that stuff, all right? So that was the beauty of why I got this one, okay? And there was really nothing that much wrong with it. I just needed to clean it up a little bit. It was a little bit neglected is what I'm going to say, all right? All right, thanks for watching. Hades Omega out. That's how Hades Omega does the DoorDash. Check it out.